If you're planning to immigrate to the United States and become a permanent resident, then you likely already know it's a rather lengthy process. One of many things you need to do is undergo an immigration medical exam. Often called the green card medical exam, this is a necessary part of the immigration process to help ensure public health and safety. Certain diseases may be a public health concern. If an applicant acquires these diseases, they may become inadmissible to the United States and may be prevented from getting a green card. The exam is a key component of the process to identify these grounds for inadmissibility. In this video, we deep dive into the reasons why immigrants and foreign nationals are required to undergo medical exams, what Form I-693 is all about, and how E7 Health can help make this process easier for you. Along with the medical grounds for inadmissibility and vaccinations, medical exams of foreign nationals are required to protect the health of the people living in the United States. The results are provided to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, to determine if a foreigner meets the health-related standards for inadmissibility to live in the country. This is partly because some diseases and illnesses that are prevalent in other countries don't always have a presence in the United States. The following may make you inadmissible on health-related grounds: drug abuse or addiction, failing to show proof of required vaccinations, having a communicable disease that is of public health significance, mental or physical disorders with related harmful behaviors. The purpose of the medical examination is to evaluate your health as an applicant for permanent residence or citizen status. It identifies certain disorders that may require follow-up medical care. The immigration medical examination screens for certain medical conditions relevant to U.S. immigration law. The immigration medical exam is generally conducted by a civil surgeon. Note that the civil surgeon does not determine if a person is eligible for adjustment of status. This is done by the immigration officer after reviewing all your records, including the report of the medical examination. Similarly, doctors will not evaluate you for conditions other than those identified by the U.S. Public Health Service as needed for immigration purposes. They are also not required to provide you with a diagnosis or treatment even if they find other health issues. More importantly, the immigration medical exam is not a complete physical exam. It should also not be considered a substitute for a consultation, diagnosis, or treatment by your healthcare provider. Anyone applying for a green card needs to prove that they are not inadmissible on public health grounds. To do this, applicants will need to file Form I-693. Form I-693 reports the results of your medical examination and vaccinations to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. In order to get immigration benefits, applicants must show via the exam that they are not barred from entering the country due to public health concerns. Form I-693 requires the following: completion of USCIS required immunizations, medical examination by a certified civil surgeon, STD blood and urine testing depending on age, and tuberculosis blood testing. You must submit Form I-693 to USCIS, on which you must disclose the findings of your medical examinations. It's important that as an applicant, you can prove that you are fit to enter the United States. The results of your medical examination are confidential, and USCIS uses them primarily for immigration purposes. Failure to provide the required documentation, such as Form I-693, might mean that your application gets delayed or rejected. That's why it's important to be very careful about USCIS rules. You need to bring documentation proving that being in the United States won't pose a threat or endanger other people. Form I-693 has a total of 10 parts. The applicant fills out most parts of the form, but there are also parts for interpreters, civil surgeons, and other professionals. Generally, you will have to provide the following information in Form I-693: full legal name, address for the place you live in. P.O. box numbers are not accepted. Sex, date of birth, city, village, or town of birth, country of birth, A number or alien registration number if you have one, and USCIS number in your online account if you have one. We know that as a newcomer to the country, this process can be overwhelming and confusing. We're here to help. At E7 Health, we offer immigration medical exams that include all the aspects of the medical exam according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services regulations. We will ensure that you complete all the requirements of Form I-693 so that your application doesn't get delayed or turned down. We also offer same day or next day appointments and allow you to book your appointments online, making sure you get things done at your convenience and on your schedule. Additionally, our clinic has a designated civil surgeon authorized by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and USCIS. This means our civil surgeon is authorized to perform the required medical examination and give you the necessary immunizations needed when applying for permanent resident status. Simplify the process and get it all done under one roof with the help of E7 Health. Need help with your USCIS medical exam and vaccinations? Contact E7 Health today with any questions or concerns, or book your appointment online.